As the Senate impeachment trial starts, Nightside wants to make sure you understand how this complicated process works. Nightside producer Stevie Chapman joins us tonight with a look at what we can expect in the coming days and the coming weeks. Stevie?
Well, although it is different, we're going to try to think of this as the jury trial formats that we are familiar with in the news, movies, and TV. Last week, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi introduced us to the 7 Democratic impeachment managers from the House. They will act as the prosecution. They will argue why President Trump is guilty of abuse of power and obstruction of Congress. On the defense side are President Trump's own lawyers. The Supreme Court's Chief Justice, John Roberts, is presiding over the trial. Think of him as an umpire who will make sure each side follows the rules. The Senate will act as the jury. They will vote on trial rules, whether or not new witnesses should testify, and ultimately, if President Trump should be convicted or acquitted. While the president's conviction requires a 2/3 majority vote, all other decisions just need a simple majority. If a vote ends in a tie, it will be considered a fail vote. An exception to that rule could be in the case of deciding to hear from witnesses. If that happens, Chief Justice Roberts could choose to act as the tiebreaker. Now, let's look at the timeline. Today, we learned the defense and prosecution will have 24 hours to make their case. That would happen over 2 days, so expect those to be long ones, up to 4 days of 12-hour arguments. After that, senators will have 16 hours to question both sides. Then, the Senate will vote on the issues of witnesses. If that is approved, it could extend the trial process by several weeks. The trial will ultimately end with the vote to convict or acquit the president. Don't expect this process to be like anything in the one in the House, where we saw representatives argue in front of the cameras. When this trial kicks off, the sergeant at arms will command the senators to sit silently in their seats on pain of imprisonment. When they want to ask a question, they will have to submit it in writing. They are not allowed to have cell phones or other electronics in the Senate chambers either. When the time comes for senators to debate an issue, the cameras and press will be removed from the Senate chambers completely. You can watch ABC's live special coverage of tomorrow's impeachment trial right here starting at 9:30 a.m. and we'll be sure to keep you updated on the key moments you need to know about on Nightside as well. For now, I'm Stevie Chapman for News Now.